Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about something very, very important, and it is so important that is why we're looking at stop the road monster called texting while driving. Why are we talking about this today? If you travel from here to wherever you want to go, you will find people who text while they are driving, and it's such a big problem that we have to address today because it has killed so many people. Statistics have it that 26% of cases of accidents are caused by texting while driving or using their phone while driving. And if you look at the picture I have on the screen, you will see that a family is crossing the road. A mother and two kids are crossing the road, and this driver is approaching them without even paying attention to them. She's focused on her phone, and we can tell what is likely going to happen. If that family is not aware that this driver is not focusing on driving, they will get killed. And it is a big problem. We need to address it today. So my outline will be, we want to look at texting. Is it really bad? And then we'll look at texting and driving, that has become a monster today. And we will look at the dangers of texting while driving. We'll look at the statistics of cases of texting while driving and the problems that it has caused. And finally, we will look at the major reason why we're looking at this discussion today, which is call to lead by example. Is texting really bad? I would say that texting is not bad at all. Texting is something that is very good. It helps us to maintain contact with our loved ones. And through texting, especially when you are very busy or who you want to talk to is busy, you can easily send messages to them that they can respond to at their own convenient time. But the major problem is doing it while driving is a very big problem. It's a very risky action that can lead to the death of other people. And that is why we have to look at it. So we will look at texting and driving as a monster. Why do we think it's a monster? It is enticing today while you're driving to quickly pick up your phone because we have smartphones that will allow you, with a few clicks on the screen, you can send messages to people. But the problem with that is that it has maimed a lot of people. It has killed a lot of people. A lot of people have died. They have left this world just because they were texting while they are driving. AT&T commercials have told us many times, some will just send LOL, and before they look up, they are dead because they will go into a crash, and at the end of the day, they will lose their lives. So texting while driving is a monster. It entices people to do it, and when they do it, some of them don't even live long enough to tell the story because they get killed in the process. It has destroyed a lot of destinies. Young people who would have done so much in life today, they have passed away because they were just a single action of texting while driving has led them into accident that has claimed their lives. It distracts us while we are driving. That's why it's a monster. Look at the picture I showed you earlier. You will see that this woman, instead of focusing on driving and paying attention to what's going on the road, she's focusing on her phone. And if she continues this way, that family will get killed. She will end up in jail. She would have destroyed the destiny of that family, and she too would have destroyed her own destiny because she will end up in jail. And it is a very risky behavior. Just imagine looking off the road for 5 seconds. It's enough to lead to the death of the driver, the passengers, and other road users. So it's a big problem. The problem is really enormous, and we have to consider it today. So let's look at the dangers of texting while we are driving. The dangers are that it leads to inattentiveness while we are driving. Because while driving, you should pay attention to why you're on the road, to where you are going, and other road users who are changing from one lane to the other, who are maybe slowing down, applying the brakes because of road conditions and all that. We need to pay attention. But texting while driving takes away that attentiveness from driving. And it defies safety rules. Safety rules require that you focus on what you're doing at all times. But texting while driving takes away that safety rule. And then another problem that it causes is that it causes poor reaction to dangers. Because if you don't discover that there's a danger lying ahead and react quickly, you can avoid that danger. So if a car moving ahead of you is applying the brakes and you're not looking up, you won't see it. And before you see it, you're already rear-ending that car. It leads to traffic jam. I have seen countless times, especially when traffic is slow, people turn to their phones and they're texting while driving and slowing down other drivers, which is not good. And it leads to avoidable accidents. Like I said earlier, 26% of accidents are caused by using the phone while driving. And most of them are caused by texting while driving. And it has led to one-time loss of lives and properties. And as such, we need to stop this problem before it destroys our children, it destroys the next generation. Let's look at some statistics to really tell us how enormous this problem, this monster, has been carrying out his nefarious activities. 45% of high school students text and drive in 2012, according to Austin and his collaborators who did this research. They found out that 45% of high school students, as at the year 2012, admitted that they texted while driving. 45%, almost 50%. That tells us that our young ones are practicing it, and if we don't stop them now, if we don't show good example to them, they will likely continue, and that will be a problem. Cell phone use accounts for 26% of cases of accident on our highways, and drivers are 23 times more likely to crash while texting, according to a study done by Richard. So this is a very big problem, and the reason why we're looking at this today is because it has killed so many, it has maimed so many, it has destroyed so many destinies. And the call to us today is to change our ways. The call to us today is to stop texting while driving and lead by good examples, so that our young ones will see our example and copy them and stop this monster from destroying the next life. So what are the things we need to do to stop texting while driving? Let's all decide, let's make up our mind that it is, let's recognize it as a problem and make up our mind to stop it. Number two, let's show good examples to our kids when they are riding with us on our cars, and we should show good example and keep our phones away. If we must use the phones, we hand the phones over to our kids and have them use it on our behalf. And whenever we're driving, we should keep our phones away. Let's encourage our young ones not to do it. When we show good examples, then we can encourage them not to do it. Let's pay more attention to driving and keep our phones away. Pay less attention to our phones. Let's resist the temptation of this monster to text while we are driving. And let's pull over if we must text at any time while we are driving. Let's pull over. Let's leave the road and focus on what we'll have to do at that time. And that test can wait. It can wait. And if we choose to do all this, we'll be able to stop the problem that texting and driving has caused. So I call on everyone today. Let's stop. Let's put an end to texting while we're driving. And it will do us a lot of good. Thank you.